Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the world's biggest stars and some of my favourite people. And we've got one for you today. We've got a comedy genius. Bob Mortimer, how are you?
I'm very well, Alex. Thanks for having me.
Is it fun being you? I mean, I look at your career. 1 minute you're the star of TV. The next minute you're there through my entire life being a comedy legend. And now we're on talking about Cat of the Year. It can't be getting much better, can it?
Well, it don't get much better than Cat of the Year, does it really?
You're a catty man, not a doggy man. Is that right?
Very much so. I'm told it's psychopaths who like dogs, so yeah, I'm proud to say that I'm a cat man.
You see, I'm a doggy man, but is that because I need to control everyone I'm with? You see, a doggy will listen, won't it?
Well, yeah, dog's your slave, isn't it? So, yeah, when they do the psychopath test, the psychiatrists, there is a question that says, do you prefer cats or dogs? And if you tick dogs, you failed that particular question. So think about it. Think about your life.
Let's talk about you. Firstly, how are you? I was very worried a few years ago because basically you were dead, weren't you? And now you're fully alive. This is marvellous.
It's been, I'm very pleased with the outcome, yeah.
Yeah, this is a relief for show business. There's a drought, you know.
So, yeah, no, that's been an interesting journey, yeah. It's one of those things that, you know, if you could do it without consequence, you could almost recommend it to people, you know. Gives you a kick up the backside, gets things in perspective, you know.
I guess you never look at your partner the same way again, your kids again, your family again, your holiday home again. I mean, it just changes everything.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it changes how you feel about things. Yeah, I can remember when I first got the news and I thought that I would be a goner. That I got very sentimental just about things like my favourite egg cup, or you know, like the seat that I watched the telly in. You know, they were the things that I thought I'd miss. You know, rather than doing work and things.
And it was so young. I wonder whether it was down to your choices or was it purely medical? And if it was your choices, I guess now you're making different choices, whether you go and have a full English fry up for your breakfast or a bowl of granola.
Yeah, you just become a lot more aware of your sort of heart health and so on. It's, you know, I still eat things that I shouldn't, but yeah, you become a lot more aware of that side of things. And you tend to engage a bit more with the world. You know, like before I had my heart problems, if I was asked to do something, I would generally just look through, you know, like a mental file, looking for reasons why I could say no. You know, now I tend to be a bit more on the side of asking myself, is there a, you know, just do it, really.
Well, I suppose it's about the same with this interview, really. I mean, you should have said no, but it slipped through the net. I want to talk about you and your comedy because Shooting Stars, for me, seriously, was one of those moments where I realised you could have fun and you didn't have to explain why it was fun. It was such a liberty, that programme, that changed comedy on TV, didn't it?
Do you know, Alex, I have no idea. It felt a little bit unique, you know, a bit indulgent. It's just people... It's like... you know, it's like comedy that doesn't need a context. You know, it isn't something that you've observed or you're being satirical. It's kind of going back to comedy roots. It's more about falling over and funny faces and silly images, really. I think there's always a place for it on TV, you know, because there's a lot of the other stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it's up its own bottom now. I mean, I noticed the way you've gone, this beautiful new thing you've done with Paul is so compelling, and it's the sort of opposite end. It just feels like you not trying, whereas the opposite end was you over trying. Is it equally as fun?
Yeah, and I think you're right. It's the fishing thing, you know, when we'd finished it, we wondered whether we'd even made a minute's worth of television worth watching, you know. We aren't trying, no. You know, that was the whole idea of the show, was that we would have no conceits or no kind of narratives or journeys to take. It literally would just be two old codgers chatting, you know. And it turns out people are, you know, they seem to quite enjoy it.
It's incredible, isn't it? I was talking to Joe Pasquale a few weeks ago about his new tour, and he was saying the trouble with things like I'm a Celebrity is you sit on your arse doing nothing for 3 weeks and become the biggest star of your entire career, yet you've spent 30 years trying to get in the jungle to do nothing. It's funny how show business has changed, isn't it, really?
It is strange. Who would have not, you know, all the hours writing and performing and so on, and all I needed to do was go out, sit on a riverbank and fish.
With your rod in your hand.
Yes.
Explain it to me. I'm confused by fishing. It just seemed like a load of guys who want to get away from their missus for a bit and peace and quiet. Is that true, or is there more to it than that?
I think the peace and quiet bit's definitely true. I can't... I wasn't trying to to get away from anyone, but it's like just immersing yourself in the countryside. I tell you one thing I did learn, because I'm not a fisherman, but Paul was teaching me in the series. The one thing I did learn quite quickly was that it's not about catching fish. That it doesn't seem to need that. You sit there, you think you've been there for an hour, and suddenly 5 hours have gone, and it's nice. It's like a meditation.
I was just going to say that. Is it something about time to think? Because we don't have time now. We've got our phones in our hands looking at Twitter and Facebook and wondering about our next gig, whereas I suppose there you've got no other choice but to do nothing and think.
Yeah, no, and that is something that it's so easy to neglect in your life, but I think it's actually a very healthy thing to do. I find it, I'm here doing with the cat's protection today, and I find it a bit with when you have a cat, you can sit there in quite a meditative state just with your cat on your lap, and I think they're very precious moments, really.
And what's lovely about it, as I said right at the beginning, is a cat will only come to you as and when it's ready, not like a dog who you can demand to love you. And there's something nice about that. It's almost like real life dating through Tinder or something. They'll only come to you if they like you. The cats really were ahead of the game, weren't they?
Yeah, you're right, yeah. It is. It's just cat's protection is just a Tinder facilitator.
How's it going with the big man? I mean, will we ever see you on tour again? Is there any hope of doing that, or are you all past putting on a big production show again? Because they were magnificent back in the day.
Well, we've got a new series of Vic and Bob's Big Night Out coming out in November, and I think we probably will do a tour off the back of that. Maybe not as big as we used to do in the heyday, but do a nice tour, get out and about.
Seems to me you had the good days. I mean, the days of the 90s TV star, it was phenomenal. Did you ever become sort of an arsehole through your own popularity? Because you were megastars, weren't you, and allowed to be so. Now it feels like you can, get your knockers out or go on Love Island and sit and be hot and be equally as big a star. But in reality, you weren't, because that's why you're here after 30 years.
Yes, but that's what we say to ourselves, that's kind of the justification when you see... see the process you're describing, But, I mean, the main thing is for those 30 years writing and making programs and touring and so on, we had a really nice time. Really productive, interesting, time. So I think I think being some sort of celebrity, with some sort of pedigree, what it means is you've had a productive and an interesting time,
Why don't you do more radio? I think you're really good at it, and I know you love it. You love to listen to it and join in on it, don't you?
Well, I do. One of the things that with having my heart problems, I'd always wanted to do something. I love football, but Vic has no interest. So I started doing a podcast, Atletico Mints, which has been a real success for me. And it's not radio as such, but I do love just chatting, and I suppose you see that on gun fishing, really. I'm a bit of a chatterbox.
Thank you for not dying. We really appreciate it, because you are one of our greatest legends, and you did change comedy, whether you accept it or not. What you two did on TV and live was revolutionary, and we want to see more of it. So glad that the Big Night Out is coming back. Will it try and be as shocking as it was? I know your intention wasn't to be shocking, but it was shocking, wasn't it, at the time?
No, I know what you mean. No, I don't think it will have the same impact. We've not moved on.
You're still doing the same old cack, basically.
Yeah.
Congratulations on everything. It's so lovely talking to you. And, of course, the Cat of the Year is taking place, and we're going to see all these felines battling it out, really, to be the most special one until next year. So good luck to them, and thank you for your time. Cheers, Bob.
Thank you, Alex. Cheers.